Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Miriam Dow, wife, mom of 4, real estate investor, and entrepreneur. In today's video, we're going to discuss occupancy rate over your nightly rate. Which one is more important and which one will make you more profit. So let's get right into it. As you guys know, I started my Airbnb business in New Jersey on September 7th is when I listed the property. So we're now in December, so I'm still fairly new to the industry, but every month I'm doing different approaches, different strategies, especially with it being slow season here on the East Coast. Every month I'm doing different strategies. So I've already shared with you in November, I was at 83% occupancy. So September was good. It was my very first month. I was listed for about 3 weeks. It was a good month. I was, getting started. October was better, was really good. And then November, I realized that I need to bring my prices down because it started to get cold here on the East Coast. So, and it started to be slow season. So I noticed in order for me to get booking, I had to bring my prices down. And I did that. I was playing around with the prices, and you guys see, I'll put a picture here. I was literally booked back to back to back to back. I wasn't booked the last 3 days of the month, and I think the first 2 days of the month. Other than that, the entire month was booked. Now that we are in December, it's a different kind of situation. So I'm gonna post a video. The last time I discussed this, you guys saw that all the weekends in December was booked. So now today is actually December 6th, and I'm gonna post a picture right here of what my calendar looks like. And you'll be able to tell off the back that I have less bookings than I did in November. But you know what's crazy? I'm making more money in December with less bookings. So let's get into that. So at first I thought occupancy rate, I gotta make sure I'm booked 100% occupancy. I gotta make sure I'm booked every night. At first I thought occupancy rate was the best thing, right? I gotta make sure I'm booked every night. I gotta make sure I'm booked every night. So as you guys remember from my previous video, when I would be like, a few days before, as we're approaching a day, if I see that I didn't get booked, I would lower it $10, lower it $10, lower it $10. Now this property, I don't have no rent, I don't have no mortgage, I own this property outright. So my expenses is less than $500 with my light bill, electricity, water, property taxes, all of that. It's like less than 500 bucks, right? Or it's like around 500 bucks. So there's no pressure on me at all to have this place at 100% occupancy so that I could pay a landlord or something like that. So I'm literally playing with the numbers to see what it works. Now I have to say, last month was great. It was beautiful looking at that calendar and seeing all these back-to-back reservations. Someone checks out at 10 a.m. and then my cleaner is in there right away, and then I have someone checking in within hours at 4 p.m. These guests love to come up in your place early. So like, you tell them check-ins at 4, but they really be at your property like at 3 o'clock. So you really got to make sure, the cleaner's in there literally. As my cleaner is so good, she's literally parked at the house. If they happen to leave early, I'll tell her, hey, they left early, you could walk in. But she literally will watch the person come out of the house, go into their car. Before they pull out, she's already in the house. I have to say, it put a lot of, it was just a lot, and then even for me, like me communicating with her, like, hey, are you done yet? Because I told you she works alone. So it's one thing if you have a team of people, but if you have one person cleaning the house, sometimes it could take her 4 to 5 hours. Remember, it's a big house. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, it's 2 levels. She's going down to the basement to get most of the supplies, coming upstairs, refilling everything. So it's a lot of stairs she's going up and down, changing sheets. She doesn't do laundry on site. She takes the laundry with her. So she does the laundry by her house, and then she'll bring the clean linens when she's coming for the next cleaning. So that's what she's been doing. It's been working out great. I have enough sheets where there's always clean sheets and towels and bath mats at the house. So she's literally coming, taking the dirty linens, putting it in her car, the dirty washcloths and stuff like that, and then she's bringing the clean ones with her. So she's doing an easy flip with the beds at least, but then she's sweeping and mopping the floors, cleaning both bathrooms, making sure the dishes are clean in the dishwasher. So it's been working out. But I did notice, it was just a lot. Like if she had another cleaning and she's like, okay, I'm gonna be at the property by 12, I'm like, did you forget that we have to check in at 4 o'clock? So then there was one instance where she wasn't done with her other property in time, so she had a backup on her end, and she just had that person come. So thank God they came in, and I have my own backup. So I could have got my backup to come, but I just need to, you know these things ahead of time. So, but it ended up working out great. This, you know, her backup came and actually offered to dismantle the ACs, because, you know, I have window air conditioners, so they were able to dismantle all of that, organize it in the closet, because now that we're getting cold, you don't need the AC, and the little cracks in between the ACs, when it's like cracked open, sometimes cold air can get into those cracks. So it ended up working out perfectly. But then I could just notice it was a lot of stress. Like, I'm literally sending messages to people, and that's all I'm doing, sending messages. But I'm sending messages to people almost every day. Okay, hey, did you have a smooth check-in? How are the accommodations? Do you guys need anything? And then, you know, the day before they check out, hey, just checking in. How was your stay so far? Checkout is tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then the person that's checking in tomorrow, I'll text them, hey, this is Miriam, your host. Here's your code. This will give you access to the property. Check-ins at 4 p.m. Your code is activated at 4 p.m. Another tweak that I did, I have been activating the code at 4 p.m. but now I make it like 3:30, because one of the guests gave me like a 4.8 review on my check-in because it wasn't as smooth. Why? Because they decided to check in like 10 minutes before their check-in time, and of course the code is not activated. Code is activated at 4 p.m. so thank God I actually saw her, because my Ring notification sends me a notification that someone's at the door. So once I open the app and I see she's at the door, I was able to unlock the door right away. So so she gave me like a 4.7, less than 5 stars because of the check-in. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what, maybe let me just activate it at 3:30, 30 minutes ahead of time. So this way, if someone's coming in 3:58, 3:59, 3:45, the code is activated, you're gonna have a smooth check-in. You don't need to wait and text me, because I can understand where that's like annoying. You just did a long drive. A lot of my guests have been driving in 4, 5, 12, 13 hours from wherever. So you just did a long drive, you're tired, you got all your bags with you, and the code isn't working. And now you gotta put all the bags down and text me like, yo, why this code ain't working? So I moved that to 3:30, but I was at 83% occupancy rate, right? In November, I had 25 nights booked out of 30. 5 unbooked nights. Occupancy rate was 83%, and I made a total of $3,918. In December, we're currently in December. Right now I have 18 nights booked, 13 unbooked nights. My occupancy rate is 58%, but my booked earnings is $4,042. That is $124 more than I made for the previous month, and there's less people coming in the house, so less stress on my cleaner, less stress on me, less wear and tear on the house. Because think about it, if you have someone in your property 30 days a month, like I said, you want to leave some empty days for my exterminator to go up in there. I want to make sure he's up in there at least once a month treating the house, because when I bought the property, there was a lot of mice droppings around the house. There was a lot of dead roaches and stuff like that, and my neighbors told me, like, when they were doing construction on my house, that they got a whole bunch of mice and stuff like that. So I don't want any of that stuff trying to come back in, so I make sure to have my exterminator there literally once a month. And if your place is booked 30 days a month, there's those things that you just can't do. I told you guys, my landscaper, I have him come over once a week to cut the grass. It's getting cold now, but still, like, to cut the grass, pick up the leaves and stuff like that. So you want to leave some days open where your property can just breathe. And I've been like less, you know, relaxed. And then another thing is, with you bringing your price down $10, I think the lowest I made it last month was probably like 79 bucks, but I kept my cleaning fee at $130. So bringing it down to 79 bucks, cleaning fee $130, I was still making at least $100 per night. But it's like, then you gotta think about the quality of guests. What kind of guests are you getting if your property is like 70 bucks, 79 bucks to book, $79 to book? I had another guest that sent me a message the other day, and they were like, hey, I'm really interested in coming in with my fiance. They wanted to come for like 2 nights. He wanted to come that same day, and he was like, you know, I think my price was at like 99. He was like, I love the 99 price, but it's the cleaning fee that's killing me. Bruh, if it's the cleaning fee that's killing you, then this is not the property for you. You could book at Motel 6 down the block. This is a whole house. And I told him, this is an entire house. Just because of the 2 of y'all, my cleaning person still has to come and disinfect the entire house. All these light switches that you guys touch, the doorknobs, clean the whole house, change all of the sheets, do laundry for all of the sheets. So I need to make sure she's getting her money, and I need to make sure I'm making my little bonus on top of it too. So at the end of the day, there's a quality of guests that I want in my property. You're gonna have less parties, less, you know, just kind of bad people in the property. So if you want 100% occupancy rate, I can tell you, I can guarantee you 100% occupancy rate. Put your property at 20 bucks a night. It's gonna be booked 365 days a year. But what kind of guests are you gonna have? What kind of quality of guest is that? Is it a good guest? No. So what I'm looking to do, now that I understand, I'm never gonna be in a situation where I want the property to be booked 100%. Maybe during high season, like right now it's December and it's Christmas time. It's slow season where I am, but I'm still doing pretty good because at 53% occupancy rate, I'm making $124 more than I did last month, and I still have you know, free nights. I had someone put an inquiry in today. They're looking to book 2 nights. They haven't. I'm waiting for them to make the payment. So once they do that payment, that's gonna go up an additional like $300 for the 2 nights that they're looking to book. So it's only gonna go from here. I'm gonna come back and do another video at the end of the month to let you know where I end up. But I just thought that was really interesting. And now my whole perspective changed. Do I want to be at 100% occupancy rate? Maybe in the summertime when it's high season, hell yeah. When you could get $200, $250 a night on a weekday and maybe get $300 a night on a weekend. Yes. Yeah, we want to be booked that busy. But, because think about it. If someone is currently in your house 365 days a year, someone's currently in your house flipping. It's like a motel situation because you got all types of bad quality guests up in your property, and then they're gonna break stuff. They're human, they're gonna break stuff and stuff like that. And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to block some dates on your calendar to fix whatever they broke, or, you know, reinvest into the property, repair stuff. So we don't really want that. So we want the property to be able to breathe, go a few days every, you know, every now and then without getting check-ins. But then again, I might be biased because I don't have a mortgage, I don't have a rent to pay, whereas someone who has like a $2,500 rent to pay, if they need to make a certain amount each night, and they're probably willing to bring their property down all the way to $50. I actually took a course from one of these Airbnb gurus, and he says he'll bring the property down all the way down to 50 bucks for a property that usually goes for like $300, $350 a night. He'll bring it down to 50 bucks just so that it can get booked, because he divided all of his expenses for the month into 30 days. So whatever that number is, if it's 50 bucks, 40 bucks, he makes sure he'll get that $50 for that day, and someone's gonna book it, right? So I don't really think I want to do that. I think I enjoy some days of it being empty, and maybe that's because I don't have this big expense with the house because I own the house. So I might be a little bit biased, but I do plan on doing rental arbitrage too, because you can scale up a little bit faster. Instead of buying the house, looking for the house, taking you 2-3 months to look for the house, and then buying the house, taking you 2-3 weeks to close on the house, then, you know, finding all these contractors, getting all these bids, fixing the house, taking 2-3-4 months to fix the house, then furnishing the house. A whole half a year done went by between all these steps, whereas you could literally rent a property today, you know, sign that lease within 2 weeks, start to and furnish your property within a week. You can have an Airbnb up and running literally within, you know, 3 weeks to a month with rental arbitrage. And then your to get into it is way less expensive than buying a property, closing costs and all that stuff. So you can scale up so much faster. So I do want to do rental arbitrage, and then I'll give you my perspective on that as well. But I just thought that this was really interesting. I'm booked less this month, significantly less, you know, at 53%, but I'm making more. So now my focus is on maximum profitability with the right guests. I want the right guests in my property. So far, it's been so good. Let's knock on some wood, because we don't want no problems, no problems. So let's keep it like that. And then I want to avoid parties. I want to avoid bad guests. And all of those kind of things comes with bringing your property down too low, because at the end of the day, when you put Mercer County, my property is the first one to come up. When you put Trenton, my property is the first one to come up, and it's the prettiest, to be completely honest with you, if I must say so myself. I have those pretty bright pictures. All the furniture is new. You could tell a lot of thought, and you know, a lot of thought went into this, and you could tell it's quality furniture. So who's not gonna book it if I got it at 50, 60, 70 bucks a night? They're gonna book it. And then the guy who was trying to book it was like, it's the cleaning fee that's killing me. That's not the type of guest I want in my property. The property was at like 80 bucks. You telling me the cleaning fee, what was it, at 80 or 90 bucks? You telling me the cleaning fee of $130 is what's killing you? Then this is not the property for you, sir. And I said it just like that. Well, I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, I said it in a nice way. I need to be able to pay these cleaners. Like, what you think this is? This is the whole entire house. This is not a motel room. This is, so basically I was given motel room prices for a whole house. So I have to make sure I don't undervalue my property as well. This is a luxury property, and those are the type of guests I want to attract. Of course, I still want to make sure that my community could afford the property, but yeah, we don't want no problems. You know? So like I said, there's times where you want that 100% occupancy rate, and that's when it's busy season. Like, depending on where you are, if December is a busy season for you, the holidays, then you want to maximize on those 100%, on that 100% occupancy rate, because that's your busy season. And then, you know, you save more money, and you could, and then that will help you out when you have your slow season. But this is actually slow season for us, so I can't wait to see what the summer is looking like. Oh, I can't wait when the weather starts getting better and people start coming back to Six Flags and Sesame Place. Ooh, the prices that I'm gonna be listing this property at, y'all don't even understand. By then she's gonna be a super host. Let's manifest that right now, because baby girl, if you reduce your price too much, you might get the wrong guest. So please keep that in mind. Don't be bringing your property down 50, 60, 70 bucks. I know I said that in one of my previous videos, but I'm learning as I do this, and it was really interesting to me that it's only December 6th. We still have 3 weeks to go in the month of December. So you already know, I already have an inquiry today for 2 nights next week. So you already know by the end of the month, I'm most likely gonna get more bookings, and it's probably gonna be more. And I'm already over $124, what I made last month with the 83% occupancy rate. So I thought that was very interesting. I wanted to bring it to your attention. And at the end of the day, I didn't take a pay cut by being less occupied. I just basically made my nightly rate where it needs to be. So my nightly rate, of course, I made it like 150 bucks. So I didn't take a pay cut. I just made sure I'm maximizing with my nightly rate. So although I'm booked less, I'm making more profit. Because instead of me bringing my price down all the way to $79 a month, what I was doing in November, and being booked 30 days, and being booked 30 days out of the month, now my price is at $150. And before, I was so thirsty to go and change it. Stuck. It's up and it's stuck. Okay, what I was doing is I'll bring it down $5, but I'm not coming down under $100. But you know, 99, I'm not coming down under $99. And it's been getting booked. And then on my weekends, I have my 2-night minimums. So as each month go by, I'm making more and more profit, because I know what to do now. I know that my weekends need to have a 2-night minimum. I know that my weekends need to be booked a little bit more. I got a booking for like January, and it's like $700 for like 2 nights, because I keep the prices high the further out, and as like we get closer, whatever days are not booked, I'll go ahead and bring the price down. So it's like 2 nights. Is it 2 nights? It's either 2 nights or 3 nights, and it's 700 bucks. Whereas right now I'm averaging around like 450, 500 for 2 nights on the weekends, because it's slow season. So you do the math. So that's what I've been doing, and I brought my nightly price down to like for the weekends, I brought it down to like $150, and then the weekdays $99. Whereas last month, my weekends, I don't even know if I could go back and check, but I was bringing the weekdays down to like $79, and then I think that was the lowest I went, or maybe 69, I don't remember. But then my weekends, I was making those like 99. Like I would make it 115. If it didn't get booked, I'll make it 105. But the weekends get booked first. So I think the weekends got booked for like either 110, 115, something like that, which is really, really low for the weekend. And you guys need to understand, for a whole house. Like some of the reservations I had last month was literally one person. For one person to come in and book a whole house, because I'm giving him Motel Prices. Why wouldn't he come and book a whole house for maybe $300 for the 2 nights, including the cleaning fee and everything? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Makes no sense. Whereas he could probably go get a motel for around the same thing. He got a whole house himself. And when I tell you I was on the camera, because I was skeptical of the people who were like, oh no, it's just me. I'm like, yeah, okay, you booking his house, you trying to have a party. So I'm checking the camera, and no, the man was coming in by himself. He was leaving by himself. He didn't have no guests. And I'm like, why would he book it? But now I get it, because my price was too low. I mean, I'm happy that I had the, you know, 83% occupancy rate, but at the end of the day, it'll be less wear and tear. It'll allow my cleaner to be able to clean her other houses, because I'm not the only Airbnb house that she has. So it's less stress on her. I wanted to bring that to your attention. I thought that was cool. I'll let you know what I end out the month with, but I thought that was interesting and I wanted to share with you guys. But everyone has a different goal. So what are you guys doing? Are you shooting for 100% occupancy rate, or are you maximizing on your nightly rate? So put it in the comment section down below. And if you like the video, you learned something new in this video, don't forget to like the video, okay? And don't forget to share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on IG. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.